This is the 10-minute brief, and what you are about to hear reveals the secret blueprint for Gaza's future, a plan so controversial it could either end a war or ignite a much larger conflict. As Israeli forces push deeper into Gaza City and the world watches a humanitarian catastrophe unfold in real time, a parallel drama is playing out in the halls of the United Nations. President Donald Trump is preparing to meet with leaders from Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, and other Muslim-majority nations. His mission, to present a radical plan for post-war Gaza. But this isn't just about reconstruction. It's a high-stakes gamble that pits diplomatic recognition against military occupation, with the fate of millions hanging in the balance. Subscribe to the 10-minute brief and never look at geopolitics the same way again. The scene on the ground is one of utter devastation. Israeli armored vehicles are advancing into the heart of Gaza City, their positions now surrounding key landmarks like the main UNRWA headquarters and the Islamic University. The Jordanian field hospital has been forced to close and relocate southward. 2 other hospitals, including one dedicated to treating sick and wounded children, have shut down under the relentless bombardment. Local journalists report smoke billowing across the skyline, the constant hum of drones overhead, and funerals for those killed simply for trying to get flour from an aid site. This is the brutal reality that forms the backdrop to Trump's diplomatic offensive. According to reports, the plan he will present to Arab leaders is the most concrete proposal to date. The ask is monumental. The United States wants these nations to provide troops for a post-war peacekeeping force and to fund a massive reconstruction program, all without the involvement of Hamas. The goal is to create a framework that would allow for an Israeli withdrawal, but the obstacles are staggering, and the international community is hurtling toward a diplomatic showdown. The UK, France, Canada, and other nations are poised to formally recognize the state of Palestine at a UN conference, a move Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemns as a reward for Hamas terrorism. This creates an almost impossible tension. On one side, a growing coalition of nations is betting on statehood as the only path to peace. On the other, the US and Israel are crafting a security-centric plan that sidesteps the political aspirations of the Palestinian people. But can a peacekeeping force even work? History offers a grim lesson. A UN peacekeeping mission requires the consent of all warring parties, a crucial ingredient that is completely absent here. The current Israeli government has zero confidence in the UN, and Hamas has already rejected any foreign military presence on Palestinian land. Without consent, any peacekeeping force wouldn't be a buffer. It would become a target. The reconstruction challenge alone is almost unimaginable. We're not just talking about rebuilding buildings, we're talking about rebuilding a society. The United Nations estimates the cost at a staggering $50 billion. At least 1 million people have no homes to return to. Most utilities, electricity, sewage, water, are obliterated. The very fabric of life in Gaza has been destroyed, setting human development back nearly 70 years. And clearing the rubble will be a monumental task, complicated by unexploded ordnance and ground destabilized by bunker-busting bombs. The most critical question remains: who will govern Gaza when the guns fall silent? The Palestinian Authority is proposed as the only viable partner, but it's weak and lacks legitimacy among many Palestinians. Without a functioning government to make decisions, manage funds, and fight corruption, The billions of dollars in aid could be wasted, and the cycle of destruction and despair will continue. This is the fatal flaw in every post-war plan. You can have all the troops and money in the world, but without a legitimate political solution, it's just a temporary fix on the road to the next war. What happens when a diplomatic revolution collides with military reality? The world is about to find out. Thanks for watching the 10-minute brief, where history isn't just told, it's felt.